Hello, welcome to Bob's Dungeon. My name is Bob, I'll be your host. Now as you can see, I'm out of the dungeon again, and we're going to look at another creepy place. This one is another cemetery that's in a strange place here in Columbus, Indiana. So let's go ahead and get started. And as you can see, this is just a little bitty cemetery, not very big. It's butted up right on the road, and where it's located is amongst a bunch of factories. Of course, the cemetery is probably here first, and then they built the factories, but there's factories all around it. So that's kind of strange. The cemetery has been here quite some time, and it's got some pretty old graves in it. And in one corner, one of the graves, some of the graves have the wrought iron fence around them, which is always kind of neat. There's the fence, and there's the graves inside. And the cemetery itself is not very big. We've got a tree butted up right up on the factory. And it doesn't take anything at all to walk across this cemetery. It's really small, and it's pretty well kept. So here's the back side of the cemetery. So let's go ahead and use the apps I've been using. I know the apps are kind of BS, but sometimes they give some really neat results. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the Ghost Tube SLS, and what it does is it makes wireframes if it catches a person or an entity. And looks like it was picking up something here. Usually it just picks up, I think it just reads the grave markers. But I think it's actually picking something up. Usually I've only had good results with this in cemeteries. And a lot of times I think it's just reading the markers, but that might be reading the marker there. But some of these are appearing off the markers, which is kind of neat. And this is the regular Ghost Tube app. It picks up electromagnetic readings and supposedly lets you talk to entities. So let's see if we can pick something up. Is there anybody in here that wishes to speak with me? You can tell me anything you want. I'm listening. I'm going to work my way back to the corner here if you want to talk to me. You don't have to be shy. You can tell me anything you want. Anything you want to tell me is good. And it doesn't look like we're picking up anything. Do you like being amongst all these factories? Seems like a weird place to be.
Do not.
Do not what? Is there something I'm not supposed to do? Do you have anything else to tell me? Anything at all? No? Well, okay, then I guess we'll just move on to the next app and see if that does something. And finally, this is the Ghost Tube Vox app, and it picks up electric magnetic readings. And puts it into sound, so supposedly allowing you to talk to ghosts and stuff without any pre-recorded stuff. So is there anybody here that wishes to speak with me? Anybody at all? You can tell me whatever you want. I'm listening. Wind's pretty good today. Hope that doesn't mess too much with the microphone. But it doesn't seem like I'm picking anything up. So we'll just call this the end of this for the moment. And that was this little bitty cemetery amongst the factories here in Columbus, Indiana during the day. We'll come back out here at night and see if just how creepy this place is, and see if my apps will pick anything up. So let's wait till it gets dark. And here we are at night. As you can see, the factories all around the place. And we'll go ahead and give this a place to look over at night. As you can see, it's, even though it's got the industrial bits all around it, this place is pretty creepy at night. We'll go over and look at the wrought iron fenced in area, and then move our way back to the back of the cemetery again. But here's the wrought iron. It kind of loses some of its creepiness with the bright lights from the factories, but as you move towards the back of the cemetery, it starts to get a lot creepier. But it's not a very big cemetery. You can easily walk the whole thing in no time. We're at the back of the cemetery now. So we'll go ahead and use our apps and see if they'll come up with anything at night. During the day they were kind of weird. So let's see if we can get them to do anything at night. This is the Ghost To SLS. And I don't really have much success with this app at night. But I had a lot of success with it during the day today. And it seems to be picking up pretty well tonight, which is weird. I've never really had this much success with this app. I think it's just the tombstones that is picking up, but I could be wrong. I'm just happy to have success with this app for a change. So that's awfully creepy. Let's go ahead and try our next app out. And this is the regular Ghost Tube app that lets you speak to spirits, supposedly. So we tried it during the day and didn't really get much response. So let's see if we can get anything at night. Is there anybody here that wishes to speak with me? You can tell me anything you want. Anything you want to tell me is perfectly fine. I'm here to listen. Is it peaceful here at night? Do you like being around all these factories? Nothing? Still nothing? What about here in the fenced-in area? You guys got anything to say? Well, I guess that's it for this app. Let's try the last one out. This is the Ghost To Vlogs app. So let's see if it has anything to say. Is there anybody here that wishes to speak with me? You can tell me whatever you want. A great what? Sounded like it said a great. That's kind of weird. Do you have anything else to tell me? Anything at all? I'm listening if you're willing to speak with me. Okay, if you have nothing else to say, I guess we'll wrap it up there then. And that was this weird little cemetery in Columbus during the night, stationed amongst all these factories. Columbus has a lot of little cemeteries running through it, and this one's interesting. I didn't really get much out of the apps except for the SLS, which is weird. Usually I don't get much out of it, and I was surprised at all the activity I got from it. Part of my daytime activity, part of my daytime recording with the SLS wound up getting erased, so it's missing from the video, which is regrettable, but that happens sometimes. But thank you for joining me to look at this strange little placed cemetery in Columbus, Indiana. Hopefully you'll join me next time where we'll talk about something else. Bye.